it's required to have more teachers. As the teachers plan going on a strike, it'll open the academic sector like completely.
Right. As schools plan to reopen for their third term, teachers are threatening to strike if the teachers union, if the government does not make good its promise to have salary increments that was meant to start actually at the beginning of this month. So through the Kenya National Union of Teachers (NAT), they have declared intentions to go on strike over the government failure to implement salary increments. That means reopening of schools for the third term is in jeopardy. They've also brought about a few issues, including the fact that JSS teachers will not be hired now, according to President William Ruto, because of the budget cuts, because the finance bill was not, passed through. Also, the fact that there seems to be consistent budget cuts for the education across the board.
And there's a lot that needs to happen because CBA, T21 to 25, employment of over 20,000 teachers and the of 46,000 teachers into permanent and pensionable terms. It came as a big shocker for us, but of course it seems that we are okay, for lack of a better word, and all this is in quote, and I'm quoting Brian Aseli. I have a feeling that it is punishing us for rejecting finance bill. Because this one of the feels like. That's how it feels like that's how I feel. Because if it's something that you had planned for, you can actually put on measures and say, you know what, as soon as we get some funding, we'll definitely make sure that this goes here. Remember, we also were in the United States of America. We were given a lot of money to go into different sectors. Nobody has talked about the cash.
That's true. It's also, like you said yesterday and the day before that and the day before that, the budget cuts only seem to be affecting vital things and not, splurging and spending money on hospitality, entertainment, etc. It's budget cuts to education. Like you said, it's budget cuts to KNH and other things like that are crucial to our nation, as opposed to seeing where there's wastage. Yesterday, the Daily Nation had breakdown of wastage of billions of shillings, especially in the administration, as far as spending on hospitality, travel, mileage for vehicles. Imagine spending 1.6 million shillings worth of fuel in a year just traversing the country locally.
And there's nothing important you're doing. It's not like you're launching a project. It's just, and I'm getting worried.
Footbridge.
No, I'm getting worried by the day, Mariam, because one thing that happens in this country is our president will always be escorted by his people. His people in this case are the elected members of parliament. Members of his party, which is okay. If they're using money from their political party, sour. But if they're using our money to just follow the president everywhere he goes, when do they work? Is the big question.
Ishan Enzo Dobadon Kure remix. Of course, we'll be back in the next hour with 2,000 bob for you to